Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for all my new subscribers. Thank you guys. But anyways, this is gonna be another video. This is a continuation of the e-commerce. I'm so excited. We're gonna be working on the controller and we're gonna create the view. So if you want to check it out, I check out the channel. I did organize my playlist a little bit, so it'll be easier to find it. So this is like the top one right now. This is the one we're currently working on it. So if you want to learn how to do a to-do with ASP.NET Core, right there. If you want to log in, we're able to create a login, register everything using ASP.NET Core and Angular. Check that out. You can learn quite a bit of that. If you want to just create an API, right here. And here, if you want to create your own blog, you can do that using ASP.NET Core. And some more there. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Um, so anyways, let's get back to the project. All right, cool. So this is where we left off in the previous video. So right now, if you click on the home, you're calling the API, you got pagination, all of that. So that's all nice and everything, but we got to work on this. All right, so I got the controller open. I got my application, my ASP.NET Core application open. So I am going to go to the areas, and I'm going to go to the admin. And the previous video we did is we end up actually creating a first migration. So feel free to check it out. So anyways, I'm over here on the controller. I'm already here. I created an area. I call it admin, and I created the index. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one. I'm going to call it public, and this one is going to be actual result, oh, result, and this one is going to be called create. Okay. So this one we're going to leave it empty. So we're just going to do return view. Right now we're going to focus on just creating the all the methods for inside this controller. So if you ever this is this is pretty much how you create your methods inside the what you do is you create a class, and then you use the controller, you derive from controller, and that's how you're able to implement your methods inside. Okay, so here we got the create, and now we're going to actually use HTTP post. And here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do public, and then this one we're going to do async, and we're going to do task. And here we're going to pass action result, and we're going to name this one create. And then here we're going to do data binding. So we're going to do is product types, because that's what the class is called. So you want to pass it here. That's not so much important. You can call it if you want to call it view model, but I want to kind of keep it related to what I'm working on it. So I'm going to call this one product types, just like that. And here we're going to implement the model state. So if model state is valid, so this is what we want to do. If it's valid, we want to do is we want to pass context, product types, and we want to go ahead and add it, because that's what we want to do. Great, we want to add the new product. So here we want to do is pass product types, um, product types, product types. What is it? Oh, product types. Did I misspell it? Product types. Let me see why. Let me hover that. It cannot convert areas, code control, ASP.NET Core model. Okay. Hold on. Product. Let's call this one product type and see what happens. Hold on a second. Okay, so if you highlight over here, let me see what it says. Controller, product type. models. Let's see, what did I do? Missing the controller here. Type, product type controller. Product types controller. Okay, let me see if that got rid of that. Product types. All right, cool. So that implemented that. Okay, so make sure when you create a controller, I think I created a class instead of a controller. So make sure, don't forget that work here, controller. Okay, and then this derives from controller. Okay. All right, so let's continue on the creating the method here. So now once you add it, what you do is, because we're using the async, you want to go ahead and await this. So once you await this, then you want to go ahead and context, then you want to do save async because you're using asynchronous. So once you save it, then you can go ahead and return, and you want to direct to action, and you want to do action name. Wait. You want to do action name. Action name is supposed to be with the lowercase action name, and you want to do name off, and you want to do index. You want to send them to the index, which is the home page. All right, so now you want to do a return, and you want to do view, and then here what you want to do is you want to return the product types. Okay, so that is for create. Oh, and here, almost forgot. You want to implement the validation anti-foreign token. So you want to do that. Okay, so now we can actually move on to the next one, which is the edit. So here, what you want to do is you want to create another one, which is going to be public. Another method here, we're going to do public. We're going to do action result again. And here, what we want to do is edit. And because we want to edit something, you want to pass the ID. And this one, we want to put that little question mark. Here, what we want to do is if the ID is equal to null, so that means it doesn't exist. That means it's never there. You want to return not found. You can return a record. All right, so now that we do that, then we want to do is create a variable, which is going to be product type. Product type, let's make it with a capital in a second. Our product type. And here you want to do context. This one, it's going to be product types. And you want to find the ID. And you want to pass the ID here. So now we want to do if, again, if product type is equal to null, that means if there's no product type. So you want to do return not found. Okay, so here, then if you do that, and you want to do return the product if there's one there. So you want to do product type. Okay, so this is for the edit. All right, so now we want to go ahead and now if there's an item that you want to go ahead and update it. So you want to do HTTP post, and here you want to do again the validation foreign token. So here you want to implement the public async. You want to pass the task, and you want to do action result again. And you want to do edit. When you finish that, you're going to be a pro because you're going to be repeating this all over and over. Okay, so we're talking about product types, and we want to do the same thing how we did up product. Oh, it's supposed to be product types. So here you want to implement what you want to do is you want to implement, make sure, yeah, it's the volume is up. Okay, so here now you want to do if model state, it's valid. So you want to wrap this, you want to encapsulate it, in other words. That's the right word you want to say, encapsulate it. So you want to do context, you want to do update, and you want to do product types. And you want to await this, and you want to context, then save async. And then you want to do temp data. So this one is going to be called edit. And here you want to do product type has been updated. There it is. So then once it's been updated, you want to return redirect to action, and you want to do name off, and you want to pass the index. Okay, that's simple. That is how you will edit something. And then let's say you want to update it. That's pretty much how you do it. It's not that complicated. So then once it's updated, you want to do return view, and you want to return product types, because that's what we're trying to update. So once we do that, okay, so now that we have the edit, so now we can actually move into the detail. You want to implement the detail method. So here you want to do the detail, you want to do public, this one here. So here, and the detail, we want to do action result, and you want to do details. And here you want to pass the ID because you want to grab one, and you want to put that little question mark on it. And here, what you want to do is you want to do the ID. If you don't find an ID, which is the null, you want to return not found. So remember that if it's not there, you'll return not found. And again, you want to do bar product types. And here, actually it's product type. You're trying to return one. So then you want to do, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and grab one, which is, you want to do find, and you want to get an ID. And here we want to check to see if there's one. So product type, it's equal to null. Then you want to do a return not found. And then if there's one, you want to do return view, and then you want to return the product type like that. All right, cool. So now we're done with the detail. So we don't have to worry about the detail. All right, so now you want to go ahead and let's say you want to go ahead and update the detail. You don't like it, we can actually, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. You can implement the HTTP post. You want to validate foreign token. You want to make sure you're going to be the admin. All right, so this one here is going to be action result details. Here you're going to do the same thing. You want to pass product types, and you want to do the data binding, which is going to be product types. And here, all you want to do is redirect to action, and we want to do name of index. All right, so that's that. Okay, now let's implement the delete. So this one here, you want to do, on this one here, we're just going to go ahead and delete this. Let's go ahead and create a public action. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here we want to do action result. Okay, so then you want to implement the delete, and here you want to grab an ID because you're going to be deleting one single one. And here, what you want to do is check again for the ID. If ID is equal to null, you want to do is return not found. See how it, you pretty much repeat. I'm doing that so that way you guys can practice. That way you guys can get it. So here you want to do bar product type. Here you want to do, you want to go ahead and grab a single one. So you want to get it from product types. You want to do find, and you want to grab the ID. Okay. So now you want to do again to check if product type is equal to null. Here you want to do return not found. That's that. Okay, so and then if you find it, you want to do return view, and you want to return product type. Okay, so now you want to do the HTTP pose. If you want to go ahead and delete, go ahead and delete it. So then over here, you want to do HTTP pose. You want to validate. So you want to do validate foreign token. So you want to do public async task. Supposed to be lower A. And here is going to be action result. And you want to do delete. Make sure to capitalize the D. Okay, and here you want to do is you want to pass an integer, which is the ID. And you also want to do product types. Product types, product types. Okay, so here we want to check, what we want to do is we want to check for the ID, and if it's equal to null, same thing we're going to do. We're going to return not found. Okay, so that's that. Let me see. Okay, so now we also want to do if ID is not equal to product types ID. Wait, it's supposed to be lowercase. If it's not equal, product types ID is not equal to that, you want to return not found. Return not found. So you can check for both. Okay. Now, what do you want to do here? You want to do bar product type. Here you want to grab the single one. So you want to do context product types. And here you want to find the ID. And if you find it, so if you want to do if, you want to check it if product type is equal to null, you want to return not found. Now, if there's one there, then what you want to do, you want to do the if model state it's valid. So you want to go ahead and wrap this. You want to encapsulate this in here until the if model state is valid. You want to do is context dot remove. Then you want to go ahead and remove it. What do you want to remove? You want to remove the product type. Okay, so now once it's removed, you want to go ahead and save it. So you want to do context. Oof, where did it should go? Context that save async, because we're using async. Now, once it's saved, you want to do temp data, and you want to delete. And you want to type over here so that way the customer knows that you're the admin knows that you're deleting. So you want to do product type has been deleted. Okay, so now you want to do is return redirect to action, and here you want to do name of the index. Okay, so now once you do that, you want to do is then you want to return the view. That's it pretty much. Okay, so now we do is return view, and then we want to pass product type. All right, cool. Not bad. This one we were able to create a controller in less than 10 minutes. That's very amazing. Okay, so now that we have that, now we can actually go and actually the first thing I want to do is I want to go to the layout, which is over here. I want to go to the layout. And here, what I want to do is I want to rename this link, and I am going to call this one product types. And here, I'm going to call this one product types. Product types. Just like that. Let me see what it looks like. Let's see. Let me refresh the page. Oh, I have to build it again. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and build it. It's gonna take a little bit. I'll be back. Okay, cool. So it built it. So we can go to the home. We can go to product types. Yep. See how it says admin product types. Oh, hold on a second. Product types. That's what it's supposed to be. Need to refresh that. Huh. That was so weird. Product types. Okay, that's much better. Okay, cool. All right, so now that's that. So now we can actually work on the index. But before we can, let me go ahead and close this real quick. But before we can do anything over here, we need to actually go to the, we have to go to the layout over here. And we're gonna have to bring some packages here so we can implement some tables, okay? So let's go ahead and grab those. I'm gonna, don't worry, I'll share the bottom of the video, the links, whatever I'm gonna add up over here in the layout page, I'm gonna go ahead and share in the bottom of the video. So don't worry. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it, bring it in. Okay, so I have implemented these packages here. The one for Alertify, one for the data tables here, and also the UI, the CSS. All of that I'll definitely gonna share that with you in the bottom of the video, and over here too, all of this. Okay, so now that we have that, let me go ahead and refresh the page and see if it makes any difference. Okay, Control R. No, okay, cool. It's not gonna do anything. All right, so now that I have all the packages, let me go ahead and go to the area here, the admin, and I'm going to go to the actual view, which is the index, and that's what we're going to work on right now. So let's get on that. Okay. Okay, so I'm in the index, CS HTML here. So what I'm doing here, I'm implementing the model, and I'm using the INumerable, and I'm on the name of the application, and the model, so that way I can implement it here. Okay, so here I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this, and I am gonna create. This is just gonna be plain HTML, nothing crazy. So this is very simple. So here I'm gonna grab a div. I'm gonna give it a class of row. And inside here, I am going to create another div and give it a class of this one is going to have a colon. And I am going to use, let's use the large 6. And inside there, I am going to do a H2. And this one, I'm going to give it a class of, this one's going to be text-info. And here I'm going to name it product type list. Okay, so that's for the title or the header. So then here I am going to do a div class, and I am going to use colon large 6, and I'm going to do this one text right. Text right. And here I am going to put a link. Here I'm going to do ASP, that action. And this one is going to be called create. Make sure it matches whatever your controller is. So here I'm going to give it a class for the btn -info. And I'm going to go ahead and close that. And inside there, I am going to use the I. And this one is going to be for the icons. So this one I'm going to use dash plus. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one. And inside here, I'm going to name a new product. Hold on. What is it doing now? Oh, it's supposed to be over here. Supposed to be over here, new product. Okay, let me see what it looks like so far. Let me go ahead and refresh this. All right, see how it says product type list, new product. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now that we have that, let me go back over here. So we have a div, and then here, let's give it a space. I'm going to do BR like that, and I'm going to do another div. And this one is going to be where the table is going to go. Table, I'm going to give it a class. This one is going to be table, and it's going to be stripe. And this one, let's give it a border. This is just plain bootstrap. So nothing crazy. If you want to check out the documentation bootstrap, you can. So that way you can change it around however you want it. So here, I'm going to do a TR. And this one, I'm going to give it a class. I'm going to do this one, table -info. Okay, and then inside here, we want to do a TH. And inside there, we want to do the HTML. And this one, you want to do display. You want to display the name, and you want to use C-C. And this is going to be the name of the product type. Okay, so that's the first TH. And then you want to do TH, there's a couple of spaces there, and do it again, TH. Okay, and now here we want to do the for each. It's kind of similar to doing an Angular like ng4, but this one in C# you will do for each. So then here you want to do bar item and in models. Okay, that's how you do in C#. Okay, so here you want to do TR and you want to do TD. And this one you want to grab item because we're using the item here, and product type. Okay, so now you want to do TD. Then over here you want to do, let's do here. Okay, let me build that up and see so far. Let me see what it looks like so far. Okay, cool. Let me build it up. Let me see. Then we don't have anything on the table. Yep, say product type. Cool. That's that. That's if you want to add up a new one, and product type. So we don't have anything there, so it's not going to show anything yet. All right. So here we're going to create a partial. So we don't have it yet, but we're going to create it. So this one here is going to be. I'm going to show you guys how to create a partial. Partial. Like I spell it correctly, partial, and then we're going to name this partial. We're going to call it button partial like that, and then we're going to give it a model, and this one is going to be we're going to do this one item -id. Okay, so just like that, that's going to be the partial. When you build it, it's probably going to throw an error because we don't have that. But before we leave this index, I want to go ahead and copy I want to go ahead and create a section here. This one here is going to be a section for scripts, like that. And here we're going to pass, I'm going to go ahead and grab it right now. This is for the alertify. I think I implemented already in the layout, but just in case, I'm going to do it again. All right, so here, this is where the JavaScript you will go. You will put it. So here you want to do script. Make sure you type in type. And here, hold on. So here I want to do text dash JavaScript. And inside here, we want to create a function. And I am going to call this one function. That's supposed to be like that. So inside there, what you want to do is we want to create a variable, which is going to be save. And this one, we want to do temp data. And this one is going to be, it's going to be called save. Okay. So here is, we want to do if statement, if save is not equal to, it's equal to pretty much nothing. If it's empty, like equal to nothing, you want to do is you want to alertify. Alertify. And you want to do success. And this one you want to do save. Okay. That's the first one. So now we're going to do another one. So if first you want to create a variable. So bar edit, and this one here you want to do again temp data, and this one is going to be for edit. So here, if edit is not equal to anything, you want to do alertify, and then you want to do success, and you want to pass edit. And now we have to create another variable, which is the delete. Let's just call this one var del. So here we want to do temp data, and this one is going to be called delete. Okay, so now same thing, if del is equal to nothing, you want to alertify. What you want to do is alertify that error, and you want to pass the delete. All right, cool. All right, so that's that. All right, cool. So now, it's supposed to be capitalized here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to create a partial. So we're going to go here to the folder. Inside the views, I am going to, inside here where it says share folder, I am going to create another partial there. So I'm going to right click on this, and I am going to call a view. This one I'm going to actually click on this one. It says razor view, and I'm going to hit add, and that says create partial. This one, hold on. Why is it? Okay, so this one has to go from the views, from the share, layout, just like that. And I want to make it partial. And then what I'm going to call this one, it's going to be called button. I'm going to use underscore button partial. Make sure you spell it correctly, partial. Okay, button partial, that's it. So I'm going to let it create it. It's going to take a little bit. I notice every time you create a parser, it takes a little bit. So, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and create this. So we want to do is model, and you want it int. You want to make it int. So here, what I want to do is I'm going to create a TD, and let's give it a style. Let's give it a width, and the width I'm going to give it a 150 pixels. And the next one is going to be a div, and this one is going to be btn dash group, and btn dash group, and then this one is going to be ASP action, and I'm going to call this one edit. That's going to be the first button, and this one, the next one is going to be this is going to be the class, so it's just going to be btn dash primary, and this one is going to be ASP dot, let's pass the route. Don't forget the ID, and this one is going to be the model. So that's that. Inside here, we're going to implement the I class, and this is going to be for the icon. So this is going to be for edit. What's the read? So that's for the edit. That's for the icon. Now here we're going to do a couple more here. So I am going to copy this one more times. Okay. So this one is going to be for the details. And then the last one is going to be for the delete. Let's change the class on the button on it so that way it's different. This one is going to be btn success, and this one here it's going to take a model. This one here I am going to change this so that way it looks different. So here I am going to call this one. It's going to call list dash ul, and then the last one is going to be trash all, and then here it's going to be danger. Okay, and here it's like a primary success, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So we have that. We have implemented this. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna go ahead and build it. Let's see what it looks like. Let me see if we get the buttons to come up. All right. Oh, that's right. We have to have items in order for it to work. If not, it's not going to show. All right, cool. So now, now that we have that, let's go ahead and work on the new product. So that way we go ahead and add up new products. So let's go. All right, let's go ahead and close. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead into make a link for adding a new product. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the view, and inside the admin, inside the view which says product types, let's go ahead and create another, let's go ahead and create an index. Here it's going to be empty, and I am going to use, I'm gonna call this one create. Okay, so now we can actually go here, and here what you want to do is right on the top, you want to do is implement the model, the name of the application, which is mine is ASP.NET Core, and I am going to pass the models, and I'm going to pass the product types. Okay, so now here what I want to do is I want to pass view data, and then let's give it the name of the title, which is going to be This is going to be called create. So here, as the BR, this is again, it's going to be just simple HTML. Okay. And so the first one is going to be H2. This one is going to be called create product type. Let me see if it works. Click on this one. Yep, see, now it's working already. All right, cool. So now let's continue. All right, so now we have that. Let's give it a class text dash info. And here we're going to do a form. And this one is going to be a pose. And this one, we have to rename this one to ASP action. And here what we want to do is you want to pass create, because that's what we're doing. We're actually creating. And here you want to do a div. Oh. Div, and this one is going to be a class. And this one I'm going to give it a P4. And you want to do a round border. Close the div. Okay, now here I am going to pass a div, and this one is going to be a class of, let's do this one, text danger. Oh, almost forgot. Here you want to do ASP dash validation, and you want to call this one model only. Okay, model only. And let's close the div. Okay, cool. So that's when that's where the alert, whenever you have an error or something, or you didn't fill out the form correctly, it will pop up there. Okay. So now div, the first one is going to be form dash group. And let's give it a row. And inside there, you want to do a div with the class of, let's do colon -2. And here you want to pass the label, and you want to do ASP. You want to do ASP4 product type. Okay, so that's for that. Let's create another div. Here you want to do colon -5, and here you want to do the input. Okay, and this one is going to be ASP-4 because we're working on the product type. So this one, want to give it a class of form -control. Okay, that's that for the input. And you, on the bottom over here, you want to pass the validation. So we want to do a span, and you want to give it a class of text danger. Here we want to do ASP-validation 4. And here you want to pass product type. And then now that we have that, then we got to create a button on it. So we're going to do div with the class of form group. Form group. And here you want to pass input, and the type is going to be submit. And you want to do here, you want to pass the button on it, that button primary. Class primary, and here the value you want to do is save. That's to submit. Now, if you want to send them back to the home page, you want to do ASP action. And this one is going to be index, just capitalized. So this one, if they change their mind, so you want to send them back. So here you want to do BTM dash success. And here you want to do back to list. All right, so if we build it, go ahead and refresh the page. All right, cool. Back to list, product, all right, product type. So I am going to create a product type, which is going to be, let's create a product type, which is going to be shoes. We go ahead and save. And boom, we got a problem. Let's see what the problem is. Model part, see what it is? I misspelled it here. So this one, it's a giveaway. Normally, it doesn't. See over here, it says line 35, partial. I misspelled that. All right, so let me go back into list. So let me go ahead and refresh the page. Voila, we got shoes. Perfect. And let's say we want to go ahead and of course, we don't have the edit yet. We have to create that. And over here, I gotta fix this. But anyways, this is the details. Yeah, we don't even have the detail page. Okay. And I gotta figure out why these icons are not working. Okay. So if you want to add up another product, so we're gonna go ahead and do, let's add up running. Let's put product type. Let's put Snickers. No, not Snickers. Let's put down Puma shoes. Let's do Puma shoes. Let's save it. Yep, see, it's working. Beautiful. All right. So now if we go here. All right, so that's that. See, okay. So now we have that. I think my problem is here on the icon. Okay. Let me figure out why is it not working for, okay. Let's figure out that. All right, guys. So I misspelled it. See that over here. So make sure don't miss. I put a R instead of the S. Okay. So yeah, I already rebuilt. See? Okay, cool. So the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the edit. See, we don't have the view for that. So let's go ahead and create that right now. Let's do the edit. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and. Okay, so back over here. So let me go ahead and create a new view. This one I'm going to call it edit. So let's go ahead and do that. So hit edit, let it create. All right. So a few things. Very similar. Model. SP. Here, going to pass the models. And here we're going to pass product types. And here, I am going to go ahead and grab the create. And we're just going to change it because it's very similar. So, okay, all the way down to forms. So this is going to be, it's going to be the create. Okay. So this one, I want to change it to edit. Here, I'm going to call it edit. And here I am going to change this one to product type. This one's going to be pose, border, product type. In order to do an update here, what you want to do is you want to pass an ID. So we want to do input type. It's going to be hidden. You don't want to show the ID. So here what I do is ASP-4, and I am going to pass the ID. And I'm going to get rid of this value because you don't need that. All right, cool. That's that. That's that. Okay. So here, I'm going to change this one to update. And this one's going to be primary. Back to list. The only thing different on it, I am going to use, the bottom is going to be section. And I'm going to pass scripts. And here I am going to do, await. And I am going to pass HTML that re-render partial async. All right, cool. So here I want to do valid. I'm going to pass, I think it's called valid. Let me look over here. Oh. It's going to be validation. Okay, so it's validation, script partial. All right, so let me go ahead and go back over here. Let me hit Control R so it can refresh. So now if I hit, yep, see it's updating. So let's put shoes 12. Let's go ahead and hit update. Yep, see now it's been updated. Oh, and you have that nice notification there too. Let's get that one. Shoes Pumas 12. Let's hit update. Boom, it's been updated. Nice. All right, so now we got to add up the detail now. So the detail page, that's what we're going to work on now. Okay, so let's create another view. So this one is going to be, I'm going to call this one detail. Detail like that. All right. Actually, did I call it details or detail? Let me make sure in the controller because I asked to match the controller. Let me make sure. It's called detail. So you make sure it matches your controller. So let's rename this one. This one details. There it is. So here it's gonna be detail page. What I'm gonna do here, I am gonna use it's gonna be similar to the other one. So the first thing I'm gonna do, model is be oh hold on, what is not working? Let me go ahead and close these up. Okay, so let me go ahead and reopen this. All right, so here I'm going to do model, and I'm going to call this one models product types, and this one is going to be the same. It's going to be view data. Let's pass the title. And here it's going to be details. Okay, so here I am going to grab, this is the same thing as create. I am going to grab this. Okay, so I am going to grab that. And I am going to pass it over here. So here, I am going to change a couple things. So here, instead of saying create, I am going to call this one details. Details like that. I'm going to call this one product type. The details. Okay, so here you validation, product type. Okay, so here, I'm going to change it over here. So back to list, I'm going to name this one. So action index. So here, I'm going to make a link, another one here. And so let me go ahead and comment this one out. Yeah, let me comment this out right here. All right, so we got back to list. And here, what I want to do is I'm going to copy this link. This one, I'm going to call it, this one is going to be edit. For edit. And I'm going to put this one button BTN primary. And I'm going to pass ASP dash row. And I'm going to pass the ID. So I'm going to use the model dash ID. And instead of being index, I'm going to do this one edit. All right, so, okay, so now that we have that, we can go back over here, back to list, and let's see what happens. Back to list. So now you have the detail page. It tells you, and you also have a link if you want to go ahead and edit. Perfect. All right, so now the last thing, oh, almost forgot. We got to implement that validation. So we got to go here where it says edit. So let's copy this here and let's go where it says create. Let's implement that over here. Let's implement it over here inside the detail page. All right, cool. The only thing different on it is in the index page, which is right here. That's the only thing different. All right. So now we got to implement the last view, which is going to be the delete. So if we add this, create a view. And we're going to call this one delete. All right, all right, so now that we have that, it's going to be the same thing. So the only thing different on it, so let's go where it says edit. Let me go ahead and copy all of this. You're just going to change a few things around. All right, so here, product type. So I'm going to call this one delete. And this one, instead of saying edit, I'm going to do delete product type. And here, I am going to change this one to delete. And it's going to be a pose. You're going to need the ID, which is right there. Now we got to go all the way to the bottom. And here, you want to do is instead of saying update, you want to do delete, and you want to do submit. If you change your mind, you can go back to the list. And here, everything else is the same. All right, let me go ahead and build this. I actually just hit Control R. And Control R. me go back to the list. So if we hit delete, see, if you change your mind, you can go back to the list, but let's go ahead and delete it to make sure it works. Yep, it's gone. Perfect. It's good. All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and delete this one. Yep, it's gone. Perfect. Sweet. That is so good. Let's go ahead and add up a new one. Let's go ahead and add up sport shoes. Go ahead, save. Yep. Let's add up a new one. Let's add up Nike shoes. Go ahead and save. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and detail. You can edit. Let's hit update, swap. Okay, perfect. All righty, guys. Oh my God, that was a very long video. But anyhow, you guys got it. All right, so that was quite a bit. I'm pretty sure you guys learned quite a bit. But if you didn't, don't worry. I'll continue making more videos. The next video is going to be we're going to create the products. Actually, no, we will have, well, yeah, the products, we will have to implement that. Stay tuned. The next video, I will show you guys how to implement products and how to display it on the UI for, we're going to display the products over here. Actually, it's going to be over here. And and then I'm going to add up a link. So here we'll show all the products. So stay tuned for the next video, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check the rest of the videos. Don't forget to subscribe, support my channel, help out. Thank you guys for everything. And stay tuned for more videos. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys. Take care. Oh, and also leave a comment if you think, you missed something. Don't worry, I'll reply back. Okay. All right. See you guys.